All right, it's 11:01. So guys, today, again, I'm Sade Messiah. It's a Behind the Doors series, episode number 17. We do this every Thursday at 11 p.m. And I'm happy to be on here again talking to you guys. The topic today will be on routines and schedules. All right, so, as a mom of three, I am constantly looking for new ways to have my life run more smoothly and more seamlessly. Okay, and so due to the pandemic, there have been a lot of changes. We have kids doing remote learning. We have parents and adults working from home, trying to juggle their kids in school and all that type of stuff. So there have been a lot of changes and a lot of transitions in very, very little time. So what are one of the best ways to kind of navigate and adapt to those changes? Having a routine and having a schedule. So why? What is the purpose of having a routine? Well, by creating one of these awesome routines, we organize our days in a way that allows us to take care of tasks and ourselves within a pattern, within a system. And because we are creatures of habits, right, routines, which are patterns of behaviors, offer a way for us to promote health and wellness through structure and order. Routines or schedules do not have to be rigid and they don't have to be boring. I am more inclined to structure personally. However, there are some of us that are less inclined to structure and often have this perception that having a routine or having a schedule is not going to allow me to have fun time or free time, and it has me too much in a box. But that doesn't have to be the case. Excuse me. On the flip side of that, routines actually can allow for you to not just get done the things that you have to, so your responsibilities, but it can also allow you to create more space for things that you enjoy doing, things that you want to do. It leaves room for creativity and innovation. Oftentimes when I talk to my clients and we're trying to figure out how do we fit some self-care in or some of your creative outlets in, and the constant, statement is, I don't have time. I don't know where in my day I could actually fit that in. Well, when we make a routine, like when we write it out and we talk about let's go through your daily tasks. Like, what do you do throughout the day? Oftentimes is what we find is there are pockets of time that they do have that we could or they could be using to really put into something productive or something that they love or self-care stuff. So big one right here, big key as to why we create routines is it helps to lessen dead space and reduce wasted time. In those pockets of time that they frequently find when we go through this, they usually are scrolling, watching Netflix, or just, doing some mindless tasks that really they're like, think about it. I'd prefer to fit something in that is on this list of my self-care, me time stuff, or some of my errands that I may need to run, and chores even. Routines and schedules can also help you to reach your goals. So when you have a routine or a daily schedule or a weekly schedule, you're able to fit in some smaller sub goals for the overarching bigger goal throughout your week. So here at LNB, all of the therapists, we do this goal meeting for some of our own personal goals that we're trying to attain. And I love those goal meetings because, we find ways to hold each other accountable, but it allows us to create space for what's the strategy behind how you get to this goal, and what does that mean for your day-to-day or your week-to-week. So schedules can really help you to also accomplish your goals. So some of the health benefits of routines include better stress management or better stress levels. Most times there's a lot of anxiety and feelings of or senses of being overwhelmed when you have a lot of responsibilities or a lot of tasks to complete and you just don't feel like you have the time. Well, when you organize your time and you put things into their spots and their places, oftentimes people report having a lot less anxiety and a lot less stress. Better sleep, that is a big one. Better sleep, if your daily routine, so imagine, sorry, I just got distracted, but if you could imagine, if you're going throughout your day feeling overwhelmed, feeling frazzled, trying to do this, trying to do that, not feeling like you have enough time, your quality of rest is going to be impacted, okay? Your routine can either negatively or positively impact your quality of rest. And so if you have a more organized day, it is very likely that your quality of rest is going to be way, way better. Better health is another benefit of having a routine. So just a little extra planning of what you eat when you exercise can bring about a great improvement in the area of your health. And so when you plan, when you have a routine and you set those things in, when I'm meal prepping, when am I going to exercise? Is it going to be a morning thing for this day, or is it going to be an evening thing for this day? It is a lot likely that you're going to experience better health. Also, this is a really good one. Setting a great example for others. So especially for my adults and my parents, oftentimes I'll hear my parents of my clients talk about, I wish my kids would set aside time to do their homework first before they get on video games, before they spend, a couple of hours after school FaceTiming friends. Well, it is going to be a lot more likely for your kids to have a disciplined or a structured routine in their day if they watch you have it, if you have an organized day. So I can even say this relating to peers. I think when peers see themselves or see each other having routines, having some structure, getting things done, it can oftentimes allow others to see the positive effects of your health based off the fact that you have a great routine, that you have ambition and you have great motivation, as well as self-esteem, making it seem as though, wow, because you have things so organized and in order, you just seem like a confident person. I know in times past when I have followed my routine consistently, it has made me feel extremely empowered and really proud of myself when I've done it. So those are some of the benefits, the health benefits concerning creating routines. So how do I even get started? I think this is a big spot, or a big thing that comes up when I'm talking to clients and we're really just trying to figure out, what do we do? Like, how do I even have a schedule? So I would say a great place to start is asking yourself this question first. What would make my life run more smoothly or more seamlessly? By answering this, you will probably identify areas of stress caused by a lack of preparation and organization. So for example, I'm rushing to cook dinner this evening. Well, if I plan prior, I won't have as much stress. I won't feel as rushed because things would have already been prepared. I won't feel as bad about, not getting this task done at this time because I've blocked out another time in my day where it allows for me to make up for things maybe that I missed earlier on in my day. That's where routine can really be beneficial. You can also go based off your ideal day, right? Kind of based off your mood and your energy. So if you know that you're less of a morning person or you have more energy in the morning or whatever it may be, you can kind of base your routine off of that and kind of input what tasks may work at certain times of the day. Better for you based off of your mood or your energy. You can start by penciling in the must-dos, right? So work, school, appointments, things that you absolutely have to do. And you can kind of block these things out by the hour. And then what you can do is look at what space is left and input other responsibilities like errands and chores, homework, exercise. And then even after that, finding whatever space is left. And I know what you're thinking right now, if there is space left, but whatever space is left, then inputting things that you value. Remember what I said earlier. Schedules are not just for what I have to do and what I must do. Schedules are also for the things that you value and the things that you really, really desire to do and the things that you find enjoyment in. So more time for art, more time for music, reading, going outdoors. Here at LNB, we are big on going outside. Fun activities with your kids or with your friends, even catching up on a Netflix series that you really wanted to, complete. Another great way to get started is go to people who already have a template. So YouTube, bloggers, they're really big on, in this arena and helping you get organized. So finding a template that works for you, and if you have to make minor tweaks, then that's okay. It's not a big deal. You make minor tweaks that better fit your life and better fit the way you want your day-to-day or your week-to-week, to go. All right, so we don't have to recreate the wheel. We don't have to make it this complex, complicated thing to follow. Another way to kind of get started is you start small. This is the big one. A big overhaul of your schedule and trying to implement several different activities throughout your day in your routine is probably going to be really difficult to achieve. And so trying one new small thing every day for maybe a week or 2 weeks to kind of get consistent with that, it sets you up for wins. That's kind of the language we use here at LMB, is if we can set small attainable goals, it sets you up for a win, which leaves you feeling extremely empowered and having the sense of, I am capable of accomplishing this. Let me try something a little bit harder. Okay, so start small, and starting small is okay. Then this is actually one that I use, creating a weekly planning day, right? So maybe there's a day in the week that I would love to sit down with my planner and jot down all the things that I need to accomplish in this week. My day is Sunday evenings. That's when I grab my planner and I write things down. Having a planning day within the week really allows you to make minor tweaks within your routine weekly if necessary. My schedule is pretty flexible and it kind of changes day to day and week to week. And so because of that, I can make minor changes to my routine, which doesn't allow me to feel like restricted and constricted. So this will really help to eliminate that feeling for any of you guys that really don't, or you're not more inclined to structure. It will eliminate that in the box feeling. Okay. All right. So some great tips that I found. I actually found a really great article that I was reading concerning like how our brain has these productivity peaks. And I found it super interesting. So here are some of the tips that I found from it. Our brain follows a predictable daily rhythm that we can leverage through smart scheduling, okay? So mental performance is at its best between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. So all of those people out there that are like not morning people, guess what? Waking up early, according to science, according to the way that our brain works, is better for us, okay? So within that 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. range, taking some short breaks in between is very helpful because your brain tends to get very tired in the morning a lot quicker. This is the best time to hold important meetings and making complex decisions. So yes, even for my students, I hate waking up early in the morning to get ready for school. And while you may not having, to be leaving outside your home to go to school, you're still waking up early to get started. But guess what? Your brain works better in the morning. So in the afternoons between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. after lunch, because around lunch, your brain kind of goes into a lull, it goes into a restful place. That's why it's so important what you eat for lunch, because it really could put you to sleep. Between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., planning and more repetitive social tasks are great here. So checking emails, phone calls, administrative stuff. Let's see, for my students, other like repetitive tasks that you usually have to do, homework. If you're done with school at this time, usually it's the best time for you to do these kind of things. Homework, yes. So evenings, actually, you are at your physical performance peak in the evening time. So this is a great time for high intensity exercise. Now, however, they did state it's better to establish new workout routines in the morning if you're trying to like get started on a workout regime. The second peak of mental performance comes late in the evening also. Not very surprising because, I remember those college days. You could focus so much better for whatever reason in the evening to get papers done, to get assignments completed. So be sure though, during these times, if you are trying to complete any task, that you use task lighting. So too bright and too much blue light, obviously we know, can interfere with our sleep. But these are some of the tips that I found concerning the best way to work with the way your brain is already set up and how you can create and model your routine. All right, guys, so I really hope that this info was helpful. I'm big on creating routines. I think I personally can tell you it's truly helped me to feel like I'm managing my life and navigating through my day-to-day in a better, healthy, less stressful way. I hope it inspires you to create your own, or look at the one that you have and make minor tweaks to it so you feel like it really fits. I know that the schedule that we may have all had, the routine that we had prior to this pandemic, probably did not carry us through this pandemic, and we had to make changes. And that is okay to have to make changes to your routine, because life changes and things change. And you got to sometimes fit in room for the unexpected. If you're working with your therapist right now and you really would love some help with how do I create this for myself, I think that this actually would help me to reduce anxiety, even maybe lessen some of my frustration and or depression in my life, because I feel like, wow, with order, I can feel more productive. I can feel like I have purpose throughout my day. Please ask your therapist for some support in this. I'm sure anyone here at LNB will be glad to help you with this. And it will surely help you to accomplish a lot. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I know most generally you guys will view this later on in the day. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email us at LNB Counseling, and we will surely answer some questions for you guys. Thanks for joining us on this Behind the Door series, episode 17, and hope to see you soon. Bye.